I always forget to do that. I'd like to call Rural Fire Protection District Number 2, regular meeting dated March 28, 2022 to order. Roll call, please.
Mr. Forrest? Mr. Ingraffia?
Here.
Mr. Joseph?
Present.
Mr. Bruno?
Yeah.
Mr. Ridgel?
Here.
Mr. Mayu?
Here.
Mr. Wells? Is here. Mr. Vial?
Here.
Ms. Hyde?
Here.
Ms. Coates?
Here.
Thank you. We do have a quorum. Before we get into the meat of the agenda, I just want to thank the general public for getting out and supporting the renewal last Saturday. It was an overwhelming support, and congratulations to you guys for doing a good job. I think it was 80-20, something like that. Good job. Thanks again. And I'm going to take the initiative to write a letter to the editor, letting the people know how much we appreciate that. All righty. Public input. Anyone wishing to address any agenda item? Independence Fire Matters. Number 1, ratification of approval of a pay increase.
No, do you know what it is?
John is here too.
Okay, it's moving into, who is this?
You don't have to mention a name.
Yeah. It's somebody moving into the assistant chief position
Okay,
Yeah.
at $13 per hour.
okay. I so move.
Motion by Mr. Bruno. Who got the second? John, Mr. Ingraffia. Roll call?
Mr. Ingraffia?
Yes.
Mr. Joseph?
Yes.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Ridgel? Mr. Mayu?
Yes.
Mr. Wells?
Yes.
Mr. Vial?
Yes.
Ms. Hyde?
Yes.
Ms. Coates?
Yes.
Okay, the motion passes and is so ordered. Under Independence Fire Matters, again, ratification of approval of a full-time position.
That's one full-time position at $10 per hour, taking Mr. Anthony's place.
Okay. So move.
Motion by Mr. Bruno. Who got the second?
Joey.
Second by Mr. Mayor. Roll call?
Mr. Joseph?
Yes.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Ridgel?
Yes.
Mr. Mayu? Mr. Wells?
Yes.
Mr. Vial?
Yes.
Ms. Hyde?
Yes.
Ms. Coates?
Yes.
Mr. Ingraffia?
Yes.
Motion passes. 8th Ward Fire Matters, ratification of approval of part-time position.
The one part-time position at $11.31 per hour.
So move.
Motion by Mr. Vial,
Yes.
seconded by
I'll second.
Ms. Hyde.
Ms. Hyde. Okay, roll call.
Mr. Ridgel?
Yes.
Mr. Mayu?
Yes.
Mr. Wells?
Yes.
Mr. Vial?
Yes.
Ms. Hyde?
Yes.
Ms. Coates?
Yes.
Mr. Ingraffia?
Yes.
Mr. Joseph?
Yes.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Motion passes. Monthly reports and registers. Well, don't think we're gonna get it this time because,
We got.
We emailed it. I emailed it.
yeah, okay. Any questions?
I'd like to ask that we go into executive session on a personnel matter, just a short personnel matter. It's not on the agenda.
Okay, let's make a motion to add it to the
But
agenda.
first, let me explain.
Okay.
It's not on the agenda, but the employee asked me to go into executive session to explain it to the rest of the board, if that's
Okay,
okay.
so we gonna call this personnel matter.
Correct.
Be
So
added to the
I'll ask
agenda.
that we add it to the
Okay,
agenda.
motion by Mr. Bruno to add the personnel matter to the agenda. Can I get a
I'll
second?
I'll second.
Okay, second by Ms. Hyde. Roll call.
Mr. Mayu?
Yes.
Mr. Wells?
Yes.
Mr. Vial?
Yes.
Ms. Hyde?
Yes.
Ms. Coates?
Yes.
Mr. Ingraffia?
Yes.
Mr. Joseph?
Yes.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Ridgel?
Yes.
Okay, it's been added. Now we'll need a motion to.
I so move that we go into executive session on a personnel matter.
Okay, motion by Mr. Bruno to go into executive session on a personnel matter.
Second.
Who got my second? Mr. Mayu. Roll call.
Mr. Mayu?
Yes.
Mr. Wells?
Yes.
Mr. Vial?
Yes.
Ms. Hyde?
Yes.
Ms. Coates?
Yes.
Mr. Ingraffia?
Yes.
Mr. Joseph?
Yes.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Ridgel?
Yes.